Hi, my name is Alex, and today I'm going to be talking about whether the effort to market movies by advertisers is beneficial to society as a whole. The conclusion I'm going to come to is that it is in fact not beneficial and that the negatives of modern day movies far outweigh the positives. So, a question many people ask is how marketers sell their movies. So, in the next few slides, I'm going to discuss that. So, the first thing that marketers will do to sell a movie is generate star buzz. They'll put famous faces into movies. People like to see people that they've seen before and that they've liked before, and they may even be convinced to see a movie that doesn't look that exciting to them, but because one of their favorite stars is in it, they might go to see it. Movie marketers have the challenge of DVDs going out of style. Lately, DVDs are no longer in use as much as they used to be, and streaming websites like Netflix and Hulu have taken over. So this used to be the main way that marketers would measure how well a movie is doing by how many DVDs it's selling after its release. But now that that element is gone, it's harder for marketers to comprehend how much revenue they're taking in. So one of the major factors that marketers have to play on is human psychology and figuring out what people like. So Dr. Bloom, speaker of podcasts Why Do We Like What We Like, argues that people like what they do because of the way that they look at an item. So he says that its deeper nature, what they think is its essence, is a positive. So marketers have to create an essence in a film and hope that it's going to sell to people and that people are going to like the essence. And then another challenge that they face is that people are being more drawn towards sad or negative movies, but underlying this, people want some type of positive outcome to these negative films, and sometimes that's hard for marketers to do because it doesn't mimic real life, and they have to create false storylines in order to appeal to the viewer. So is all this selling really worth it? In short, no, in my opinion, because the negatives outweigh the positives. However, I will talk about a few positives of movie viewing. So films can have positive aspects as well. Intense laughter during a comedy movie is equivalent to getting some exercise, which helps the human heart and lungs, says Benjamin. So basically, this helps the human physicality, this aspect of movies and comedies. It's also been proven that kids are more creative when they watch fantasy movies. A study showed that young children who watched short clips from the Harry Potter films, specifically ones that involved the use of magic, scored significantly higher on creative thinking tests than children who had watched something else. So, again, another positive of movie viewing. And then movies in the past have provided an escape for people with anxiety and depression and other mental disorders. It's helped them get out of their mental funk and come out of the darkness of reality. So the negatives far outweigh the positives, however, which is why I think that movie marketers are ultimately not creating a positive thing by trying to sell movies. So now movies are extremely realistic and they mimic real life more than ever. The days of movies like Casper the Friendly Ghost are gone, and people want to see the most gruesomely realistic horror movies that they can find, and they like to leave the theaters literally feeling terrified. This doesn't help people with anxiety or depression because it's very scary to see real life mimicked on the screen. Many killers have actually derived their ideas from movies lately because movies are so realistic. For example, in 1973, 3 people were murdered by 2 armed men who forced them to drink liquid Drano. The 2 men had seen a similar killing in the movie Magnum Force and had brought the Drano with them, says Anderson. So, again, killers deriving their tactics from real life. As you can see, there's a direct correlation between movie violence and homicides. So as movie violence increases, homicides increase. And not only is there a correlation, but there's been a proven causation. One example is the Aurora Massacre in Colorado, where a man named James Holmes shot up at people waiting to watch The Dark Knight Rises. he said he thought that he was the Joker himself. He derived his ideas from the movie, and he actually did his crime in the theater full of people waiting to watch the movie. So it's important that we keep in mind that movies are not generally a positive when it comes to promoting violence, and we need to look out for the next generation, because kids who are watching violent movies over and over again are prone to become more violent, and the last thing the world needs is more violence. So ultimately, I think that movie marketers are wrong in trying to sell these movies, and they're spending a lot of money on something that is ultimately detrimental to society. So here are my image references, my general references. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.